Hello, Frank Dad here once again. As you guys can notice, I'm not in my room, I'm in a special place. I'm at Jackal Tactical in Lebanon, PA. Due to the influx of new subscribers and a bunch of new players from a certain TV show, I thought it'd be best that I do a beginner's guide for you. Now for you experienced guys, don't click off this video just yet. I want you to watch it all the way through, then write your recommendations in the comments below and see if I'm right or wrong. Now I have 3 different loadouts that I'd like to show you new players to hit the ground running. Before we get into these loadouts, I'd like to recommend one thing. Make sure you get a decent pair of boots, either military surplus combat boots or just regular hiking boots. Also too, make sure you guys get yourselves a pair of hard knuckle gloves, because that will save your knuckles, save your fingers, and it sucks to get shot in the hand. Anyone can attest to that. Now guys, for the first loadout, this is the beginner's loadout. I've seen many new players use this loadout. This is a loadout with the Valken ASL. This one is a Mod M. It's a little longer. They do make longer and shorter models. Batteries are put right into the stock here, which is very nice if you want to change out your front guard or if you want to put some on your front guard. It's very nice. Most beginner AEGs come with a high cap magazine, so you're not going around with ammo that quick. Anyway, this gun is light enough for kids to wield easily and adults not to get tired. Also too, if you can get it, make sure you get a extra high cap. That it sucks carrying bottles of BBs on the field, so easily changing out mags makes your life a whole lot easier. Now if you want to spend a little bit more money on your starter loadout, I recommend this. The Styre M9A1, which is a non-blowback CO2 pistol. CO2 is put into the rear of the gun and the magazine is pencil thin. One thing to keep in mind, CO2 guns, when it gets humid and hot, they tend to shoot above the limit of the field. So keep that in mind in the summer. And also too, these CO2 non-blowback guns are great for cold weather. If you're of age and your field allows it, I would say get a pair of Echo goggles and a lure mesh. That I have a Valken Tango mesh right here that works perfectly fine. The Echoes are great starter goggles and they're accepted at most airsoft fields. Now if you're not of age or if your field won't let you run goggles and mesh, I recommend this. This is the Valken Mi7. It's a dual pane thermal goggle. I use this goggle, well, something like this for reffing. And I don't have any fogging issues. I'm a pretty hefty guy, so it's definitely worth the price. Also too, no matter what gun you get, I would always recommend a smart charger for your NiCad batteries. If you're running a LiPo, make sure you get a LiPo charger. You cannot run LiPos with a NiCad charger, else they will catch fire. In addition to a smart charger, you need a battery to charge. So I recommend for newer players a 9.6 nunchuck that's 1600 milliamps. That this one happens to be a Valken 9.6. But these go about 26 bucks. These are always a good choice for starters. Now with the loadout I just recommended, you don't need a vest. If you want a spring for it, you can, but you can put everything in your pockets if you really want to. This kit gives you a gun that you can use at any field, CQB or indoor. You can add attachments as you go, change stocks, rails, or anything else on this gun. Also too, if this gun breaks for any reason, that is covered by a 90-day warranty, and it has a V2 gearbox, which is really easy to work on, and nearly every single airsoft shop has the capability of working on a V2 gearbox. Also too, don't forget the BBs. So for the next loadout, if you want some quick action, CQB style, then I recommend the Umrex Competition Mp5. This gun doesn't come with a battery, but I recommend a 7.4 LiPo wired to Tamiya. It's wired to the front handguard here. You just got to take this pin out. I'm not going to take the pin out because it's a pain to get it in, but it takes a 7.4 and it feels pretty well in your hand. If you're going to get this Mp5, I recommend a 7.4 LiPo to fit into the handguard and a smart LiPo charger. Remember, do not charge your LiPos on a NiCad charger or else they will catch fire. Whenever you're charging a LiPo, make sure you use a LiPo-safe bag to protect your property in case of a fire. The gun comes with a Mp5 high cap. And also too, for $8 extra, you can get big caps for this thing. And speed loaders aren't that expensive, and you can fit 2 in a regular M4 pouch. If you don't like the feel of getting shot up close, You can always wear a plate carrier. And also too, it gives you some space for them cool patches. This gun can perform outdoors, but its main environment is CQB for sure. You can extend the stock, just briefly, like that. It's 3 position, and it's pretty nice. These high caps can hold about 200 BBs. However, these mid caps can only hold about 95 BBs. The secondary for this loadout, I recommend an Elite Force Hater Revolver. This is a nice gun. It's not cheaply made, but the price is pretty decent. Plus also too, you can get a fabric holster. These fit in most fabric holsters, and then you can just weave this into your vest, or you can throw it on your belt. The possibilities are endless with Molly. With the paintball mask that I recommended previously, this loadout will cost you about $400, which is a pretty decent starter loadout, and you'll be CQB ready. Also too, I recommend BlueMag 2.0 BBs. Now, if you decide you really want to get into Airsoft from the onset, this is what I recommend. Firstly, Eye Pro and Face Pro. 90% of this game is visibility, and 10% of this game is skill. So, I recommend the Valken Zulu goggles, and also too, as previously stated in the first loadout, the Valken Tango Mesh. Now, just taking this off, I got me a Valken Vest. I know it's not fit the size, sue me. But you could use this to put your pouches on. I have here Valken M4 triple mag pouch and a Valken dump pouch. I would put the Valken dump pouch on my back, and then I would throw the triple mag pouch on the front, so I have access to 3 M4 mags right here. Also too, the cool thing about these is that you can stack multiple triple mag pouches on this. Now to go for this loadout, I recommend a G&G Combat Machine, the Gen 2. These are pretty sweet. Most fields have these as their rentals, and they've been kicking around for 10 years. So you know that this is going to be a workhorse. And also too, it's a nice base for an HPA gun if you ever decide to go that route. Now, like in the previous loadout, I would recommend for this gun in particular, a 7.4 LiPo battery with your LiPo charger and your LiPo safe bag. But only for this gun, this gun has limited battery space. If you get a regular crane stock M4, then you can run a 9.6 nunchuck in this. This gun comes standard with a metal high cap mag, winding wheel on the bottom, trap door on the top. Also too, that has M-Lock. So, a lot better than key mod, that you can mount your M-Lock accessories on here, or you can mount Picatinny rail to run your Picatinny accessories. Also too, it does have Picatinny along the top. Now with your triple mag pouch, you're going to need some mags. These are M4 mid caps. These hold about 140 rounds. They would just go like that into your mag pouch, and since they are taco mag pouches, you just whip them out like that. These mags usually run about $10 or so. In my hand right here, I have a box of Valken M4 mid caps, and here I have an Elite Force mid cap. They're $10. They're basically the same thing. You can't go wrong with either of these. Now, pictured here is my recommendation for mags, and the Aries transparent 140 round mags. That's what I run, but you can run basically any M4 mag that you want. Just to mention, all barrels usually have 14mm negative thread, so if you want to throw on a muzzle device, or if you want to swap out your orange tip, you can. Just be aware that you have to buy the gun with the orange tip according to federal law. Now, if you're willing to spend a little bit more money on your gun, I would go for higher weight BBs. I would recommend 2.5s to start out. If you want to go higher, get 2.8s. After that, I wouldn't go any higher unless if you upgrade your barrel bucking and hop up at least. Now, if you convert this to HPA, I would say the lowest you should go for BB weights are 2.8s. Now for the fun part. For a sidearm, I recommend this. This is the Dan Wesson 1911. Now, this is based off of the KWC 1911, which is basically your Elite Force 1911s. Now, if you see any CO2 mags for 1911, it's probably KWC or 6mm Pro Shop, so it can be used with this gun. That's nice. One more time for the camera. Now for your pistol, you're always going to need a holster. Most fields require you to holster your pistol in a holster or a pocket when you're in the staging area, or it's not in use. For anything mainstream, I recommend a Ki-Tac or plastic holster that's formed to the gun. That'll help hold the gun a lot better on your belt and prevent it from coming out. I lost a lot of pistols that were in fabric holsters that were not made for that gun. I probably lost about $200 and stuff. Oh yeah, one of them was a Marussian FN57. Yeah. Now this is a paddle holster. The inside of the paddle will go inside the waistband, while the other side will go outside the waistband and hook onto your belt. Now you can buy different attachments for this holster to mount it on a vest, or on your belt proper, or somewhere else. I know this doesn't have a rail, but if you do mount a weapon light on it, you may not be able to use your holster properly. So make sure your holster is compatible with attachments before you buy the attachments. Now for any of these kits, I would like to recommend an X-Fog. I have this one mounted on my helmet here, as you can see, or you can mount this on goggles that I don't have. I'll probably throw a picture in post. So yeah, hopefully there's a picture. But these are $70 at Jackal Tactical, and these are probably the best airsoft purchase that you can get, no matter if you're a beginner or you've been playing for about 6-7 years. Get an X-Fog. Now you probably noticed that I didn't say anything about AKs. Well, if you can get them, I highly recommend a SEMA AK-74. They run about $210 to $250, but they are workhorses, and I've seen them last as long as a G&G combat machine. Just one thing, they're workhorses, but do not get mud in them. They're not real guns. So anyways, all my loadouts that I mentioned in this video, they can be mixed, matched, and augmented in so many different ways that you can have a unique loadout compared to one that I mentioned in this video. Now if you want anything in this video, the items will be listed down in the description below. All items in the description can be purchased at Jackal Tactical in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, or in Conestoga at their shop at Ambush. Also too at Jackal, there's a decent used selection of gear, handguns, and rifles. So if you need to trade in your old gear, or if you want to get some good deals, there's a used section for you. Please remember, all prices are subject to change. I hope this video has been some help to you. You can help me out by liking and commenting on this video, and subscribing to my channel for the latest and greatest content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.